What is good, my ninjas? It's your boy Majin AN, temporarily back from his hiatus to do some NFL predictions. And as you saw with the thumbnail for the first video, Attack on Tennessee Titans. Yeah, we're playing the Attack on Titan theme song because the Bengals are playing the Titans, and Attack on Titan just came back on the air for the second part of the final season, so I thought it would be nice. Anyways, I'll just stop the music here and just say thank you for just supporting me this whole time and just being patient. I'm nowhere near where I need to be in editing, but I'm getting there. But I wanted to treat y'all with some fun NFL predictions for one special reason. As you can see, and I've mentioned many different times, I am a Cincinnati native. So I'm naturally a fan for the Cincinnati Bengals. And last Saturday, for the first time in 31 years, the Bengals have finally won a playoff game. Woo! Holy shit, I didn't even think it was possible in my lifetime. Like, I wasn't even born, as is many of you audiences. Hopefully, like in the millennial range, weren't born at that time too. Like, it's crazy how long it's been for the Bengals to win a playoff game. And I'm extremely excited about it. In fact, I even almost cried. It was emotional when you're from a city like Cincinnati, which is very luckless in sports. But right now, our next opponent is the number one seed and a very dangerous team when healthy with all their players, with a huge second half surge, the Tennessee Titans. While I'm rooting for my Bengals to win against the Tennessee Titans this Saturday, my bias stops here because I'm about to do a tail of the tape and like a comparison between each teams and what I'm expecting to happen in the game and why I believe a certain team will win this game. So yeah, let's start off with the comparison with the quarter. Starting off with the Bengals. The Bengals are a high-end offensive team this season with stud second-year quarterback Joe Burrow and his arsenal of receiving weapons, which includes the offensive rookie of the year and rookie receiving phenom Jamar Chase, who happened to be Burrow's teammate and favorite target back when their LSU days. Other weapons included are other receiving stud from college, well, Clemson, Trevor Lawrence's former famous target, and one of Joey B's favorite targets, T. Higgins. Very talented receiver, big bodied, can make contested catches, really good. And our leader of our receivers, well, not stat leaders, but like the leader, the general of our receivers, Tyler Boyd, who's been killing it as a slots receiver ever since he's gotten here. Like, he's been great. And then we have CJ Uzama, very athletic, capable tight end, who can get a lot of yards after the catch. He's pretty cool. He's speedy, shifty, and capable for his size. As in, he's a bigger tight end, but an athletic big tight end. And running back wise, we got Joe Mixon, who has been establishing himself as one of the top running backs in the league. I'm glad the Bengals got him. I've always said this for years, and hopefully, when our O line super improves, we are going to kill it next year running wise with Joe Mixon. Other running backs include Samaje Perine, very capable backup, former starter for Washington years ago, and just recently drafted Chris Evans, who's proven he's going to be a weapon for years to come. And then our defense. Let's get started on our defense. The Bengals defense currently is led by Trey Hendrickson, one of the best free agency acquisitions this season. He's one of the league leaders in sacks and pressuring QBs, so great pickup from New Orleans, and he's a welcome addition for the city. Other capable players that we have on our defense right now are Logan Wilson, our second, third year linebacker who's been really good with interceptions lately, and our DBs. Safety Jesse Bates is the leader of our defense. He's the most experienced and like one of our most capable players. And then we got the other free agents acquisitions. Mike Hilton from the Steelers, very good acquisition. He's been killing it. Chidobe Awuzie from the Cowboys. I think he was from the Cowboys. Our best DB right now. He's doing good. And Eli Apple from New York to New Orleans, and he's been getting a resurgence in his career. Very good team. Again, very heavy offense, like a damaging offense against many opponents. Pass heavy with a slight mixture of runs, and our defense is in the middle of the pack when it comes to defenses. We are really good at stopping the run, but our like pass defense, or it's hard for our players to do super well. Like, and that's it with the Bengals. Now we go to the Titans, another team, a team that surprised everyone in 2019 when they made it to the AFC Finals with a change in the guard. Right now, the QB for the Titans is veteran and capable starting QB Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill's been in the league for a couple of years. He had a very promising career in Miami. Things didn't work out, so he ended up going to Tennessee, where he was just expected to be a backup behind Marcus Mariota. But Mariota got injured, and Tannehill took over, and Tannehill just started winning. He did so much better than Mariota and was like a lot more careful that they benched Mariota, and he became the team's full-time starter and contributed to that legendary playoff run. And yeah, let's go to the main weapon of Tennessee's offense, the headliner, Derrick Henry, who is non-arguably one of the best running backs in the league. Like top three, maybe number one, number two. He's a very dominant force. Like I can't even describe his like records and achievements. Shitload of 200-yard games, just a touchdown machine, big play machine, a very dominant running back. And now the receivers. Best receivers on that team is A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is very capable when he gets going and when he's healthy. He is a star. He's truly a star in the making. And then we also have the legendary Julio Jones, who was obtained in a blockbuster deal with the Falcons. But it's not been working that well so far due to the fact that Julio's injury history is pretty bad, and it's not changed in Tennessee. He's been out for a good amount, not being able to contribute a lot due to injury, and it's something expected from Julio. And other receivers in the mix are Chester Rogers from the Colts, a decent veteran presence, and Nick Westbrook Ekan, who might be a capable player in the future. When you look at him, he's been doing decent, but not super spectacular. He's someone to watch. And tight end wise, instead of relying on one tight end like Jonnu Smith, who was their lead tight end last season, they've been relying on multiple tight ends like Anthony Fursker, Jeffrey Swaim, and Miko Pruitt. Jeffrey Swaim seems to be a more favored one since he's a top red zone target. But Fursker has his days. People were expecting Fursker to be the top tight end, but it is what it is. And this defense. Ooh, the Titans' defense is pretty impressive. Let me go to them. Just haven't had most of their players memorized, so bear with me. I know some of them, but I gotta make sure. A strong D line, a strong D line for the Titans unit. It's a really good defense. Very strong D line and a very capable DB unit. The D line unit is led by Danico Autry, and Jeffrey Simmons. And it's tier tart. Very strong. Especially Danico Autry's been having a really good season. And their linebacker unit's very, very capable. With Harold Landry and Bud Dupree, names you should recognize. Dupree was killing it with the Steelers a season or two ago, and David Long has been doing good too. But Landry and Dupree are very damaging for a team's offense. And then next, their bread and butter. Their DB unit, led by Kevin Byard and Janoris Jenkins. You should know Janoris Jenkins, very recognizable name, but Kevin Byard is the clear star of that defense. He's been getting interceptions left and right, some sacks. He's been killing it. Those are each of the teams. Now we get to detail the tape, comparing each teams. Now, QB, who in the team with the edge in QB play would be the Bengals. I'm not being biased because while Tannehill is good, Joe Burrow is something special. His second year in the league, he's the percentage. He's the passing percentage leader. He's had a 500 over 500 game. He's been killing it. He finished the season off with multiple games with over 300 yards and no interceptions and over 3 touchdowns, averaging over 3 touchdowns a game. He's special. It was top 5, top 6 in passing. He is very special. He's going to be a dominant player for years to come, and that makes me happy as a Bengals fan because yeah, we've needed that luck. And plus, he helped the Bengals win their first playoff game. He has the attitude of a winner and a king. Joey Franchise, Joe Shiesty, Joe Burr. Because he's so cold. I get that. Tannehill's amazing himself. Tannehill's athletics under a bitch, and he doesn't really turn over the ball that much. He gets the job done, but only when his weapons are healthy, really. But yeah, receiving core, I definitely give this to the Bengals as well. Like the receiving core in the Bengals is freaking stacked. Jamar Chase, who's just been killing it, finished the season with 1,400 yards. He got to 1,000 real quickly, and well, he's built different. Along with T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd, capable 1,000 yarders too. this this wide receiving core has always been the bread and butter of the Bengals offense for years since I've been growing up. And we had 2,000-yard receivers on 23 and under, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So that's pretty impressive. And don't get me wrong, the Titans have A.J. Brown, who's also a star in this league. He's been very good. He's been killing it. A new AB, or receiver with the last name Brown, that's not going crazy off the field, but is going crazy on the field in a good way. And Julio's a legend if only he can stay healthy. But now let's go to the running backs. It hurts me to say, but anyone knows the clear edge goes with Tennessee. Because Derrick Henry, King Henry, as good as Joe Mixon is, because Joe Mixon also finished second in the league with rushing yards. Derrick Henry is a monster. He's built different. I'm not sure he's going to play since he's coming back from a injury that kept him out for a decent amount of the season. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. Derrick Henry, don't underestimate him. Dante Foreman also had a pretty good run this season. So this receiving core is this running back core is pretty good, even with our decent running back. Tight ends, I'll give this to the Bengals because Uzama had nearly the same amount of stats by himself than all of the tight ends combined. He had 493 yards and 5 touchdowns. All combined, the Titans tight ends, Jeffrey Swain, Nicole Pruitt, and Anthony Fisker had 7 TDs and over 500 yards. It was surprisingly close from one tight end to match up 3 tight ends. So, yeah. As in defensive line, I'll give that to the Titans. The Titans have a better run defense and a slightly better pass defense. Their defense is slightly better than the Bengals by a decent amount, or a good amount. They're one of the top defenses in the league. And yeah, pass defense, they're slightly better too. However, when it comes to who's going to win this game, surprisingly, and I'm not trying to be biased or super optimistic, I'll give it to the Bengals because, yeah, one advantage that the Titans have is they don't blitz. They don't blitz often, and Joey B does his best against the blitz, surprisingly. So that's going to be a little harder for him, but they just overpower without the blitz. But I think the Titans are going to have a difficult time with our very dangerous air attack. And Joe Mixon can come out of nowhere sometimes. As with their defense, can we handle the Titans' offense? Passing wise, possibly. I mean, but running wise is going to be a chore, especially if Derrick Henry plays nearly close to 100%. I mean, I'm not sure he's going to, but it's going to be tough to block. It's going to be tough to defend Henry, and they're going to definitely use Henry as a scapegoat. So we got to be prepared for that. But I do believe that the Bengals will win this game. And the score is going to be it's going to be a high scoring game or a low scoring game. It's probably going to be mid scoring, like 30 to 28. It's going to be that crazy. It's going to be close. It's going to be down to the wire. Oh yeah, kicking wise, I almost forgot the kicker comparison. We have the better kicker, in my opinion, because Evan McPherson has been doing great at such a young age. But and he's been killing it. But Randy Bullock, aka Fat Randy, who used to be ironically the Bengals kicker last season, has been having a great career comeback with the Titans. He's been killing it, but he still has missed some pretty crucial kicks, just like he did with us back last year. Fat Randy strikes again, but he does have experience, so we'll give him that. But yeah, we remind you of how much you sucked in Cincinnati. But 30 to 30 to 27. That's my prediction for the Bengals game. And who they? Also, Braves sleep in the background. But on to the next video.